so we're just gonna have to deal with the glare on the TV. TV's on right there. The glare of the window in front of me, behind the camera. Hi guys, this is a video that I didn't think I would ever make in my life, and here we are. I recorded this once and I didn't like how it turned out, so I'm gonna re-record it and we'll see if this comes out better or not. I don't know why I care so much about this and what comes out of this, but it's important, I feel like, that it gets said. Also, can we just ignore the trash can overflowing and the cat breaking into my room? I've been gone for about 6 months, and that is because my mom was very sick, and 2 months ago she passed away. And saying it, let alone living it, feels very, very weird. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about what happened with her, like from, you know, her passing away, but the week that I disappeared from the internet, hi Annie, is the week that my mom went into the hospital. You know what I'm talking about, mama? Huh? Yeah. She was getting very progressively weaker from January of 2019. Yes, hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, sweetie. She was getting progressively weaker starting in January of 2019 to the point that she was using a walker. And then in October, right before Halloween, she went into the hospital because she could no longer feel her legs. Literally, she got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and could not feel her legs anymore. Like, she fell. She couldn't feel anything, and I had to call 911, and she was in the hospital for about a week, and she was this sort of medical anomaly because they just couldn't figure out what was going on with her. I mean, they tested everything, her diabetes. I mean, they had been testing her for months, like diabetes, neurological, muscle damage, like they just didn't know what it was. Finally, she got diagnosed with a very rare autoimmune disorder called myasthenia gravis, or MG. That's what I call it, and that's kind of what the short name is for it. MG is basically an autoimmune disorder where your body starts attacking the skeletal muscles because your muscles are viewed as infectious. And so basically it explained why she was getting weaker, why she couldn't balance, why she couldn't walk, why she couldn't hold herself up, because these muscles were literally disintegrating. So she had to start a very aggressive IV treatment. Like chemo. It wasn't chemo, but it was like chemo. Like the intensity of it was just like chemo. And because of that comes a lot of effects of treatment. And ultimately the treatment was too much for her body. And in March 1st of this year, she passed away here at home. And I was with her the whole time. And so was my grandma. One minute I was talking to her. Next minute I was on the phone with 911 and they were walking me through CPR. And firemen got there in like probably within 2-3 minutes, and they worked on her for about 20 minutes before they called it. And maybe one day I will go further into what happened that morning, but I just can't talk about it. The past 6 months I have been her full-time caregiver, taking her to all of her appointments, taking her to all the treatments, and she was getting better, and we were all under the impression, her doctors and everything, that she was getting better. She was going to go back to work. You know, she might have to walk with a cane for the rest of her life, but it was, you know, she was going to be independent again, able to drive. And February, she just took a very sharp decline, not in terms of the MG, but in terms of her diabetes was getting out of control again. There was so much fluid in her body. She was wheezing a lot, which, you know, we were treating as asthma. And she had gained so much weight. She gained about, I don't know how much weight, but it was a lot because the medicine, IV medicine, is a fluid. And then she was also on prednisone and steroids. Well, prednisone is a steroid, but you know what I mean. So the fluid had nowhere to go. So she was just swelling up. And we were currently working with her doctors to pause treatment. She was at a point that they could pause it while they got the swelling down, and it was going down. It was working. And you know, part of me feels that if she could have just hung on through March, you know, we would have been okay. There were no signs of anything going wrong that we know of. Looking back, we being me and her doctors and my grandma and the family, realized that This isn't something that we could have prevented. It isn't something that we missed. It just happened. I mean, there's not really a way to explain it. I mean, she was getting better, and then there was the setback, but there was no intention that this was gonna be it. My mom passed away about like a week, I think, before the quarantine in Southern California kicked in. We had a lot of family here with us in the beginning, which was really nice. And then quarantine happened, and everybody, obviously all of us, are following the social distance rules. I mean, my family has come to visit us at a across the lawn, across the yard situations, which has been really fun to figure that out. But besides that, we have been so loved, so incredibly loved, that I don't know, it's a weird new normal to find between, you know, quarantine and this happening with my mom and just my whole life changing. I mean, I got a job 3 days before my mom passed, and then obviously I'm not working now because Corona happened, but I will be starting once this is all over. And I'm going back to school online to get my teaching credentials, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. I have been watching booktube. I kind of started watching it a week or two after mom passed again. I took like 6 months away from everything. And my watch later videos are like 500 videos because there's so much to catch up on. And I haven't commented on like anyone's videos, but I've been watching them. So I'm here just kind of creeping in the back. And yeah, I have no set schedule for filming or anything, but I do want to come back at some point because my mom would really want me to keep going with this hobby, because she was my biggest support system and probably like obsessed over my videos that I would hear her watching them down the hall, which is a very weird feeling. But thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will be back soon. Bye.